James Gunn's doing a victory lap. Is this a box office win? I'm going to bring up this story here, but Badger, I know you have the notes for it, so maybe you can read it to us.
James Gunn's rebooted. Yeah, it is from Deadline. James Gunn's rebooted Superman has officially taken flight, opening to a strong 122 million domestically and 217 million globally, marking the second biggest box office debut of Gunn's career after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. He celebrated the milestone on social media, expressing gratitude for audiences' warm reception. We've had a lot of Super and Superman over the years, and I'm happy to have made a movie that focuses on the man part of the equation, a kind person always looking out for those in need. The fact that this resonates so powerfully with so many people across the world is in itself a hopeful testament to the kindness and quality of human beings. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav also praised the film's success, crediting his decision to appoint Gunn and Peter Safran as co-heads of DC Studios. This weekend, we watched Superman soar as James Gunn's passion and vision came to life on the big screen. Superman is just the first step, he added. Over the next year alone, DC Studios will introduce the films Supergirl and Clayface in theaters and the series Lanterns on HBO Max, all part of a bold 10-year plan. The DC vision is clear, the momentum is real, and I couldn't be more excited for what's ahead.
I agree with Gabe that it's like a glass of water after you've been thirsty, you've been starved for like a day and not gotten. It does feel like that. And this debate we've had for the last hour and a half proves that. I mean, we're not talking about woke. We're not talking about the only thing that bugged me is they race swapped Otis. I don't care that they race swapped him. It's irrelevant. He's not funny. Ned Beatty was a great Otis. He was hilarious. They swapped him with a guy who's not funny. Anyways, they essentially changed the character of Otis, whose last name, by the way, on IMDb is listed as Berg. His last name is Berg. He's Otis Berg. Okay. But is this a win or it's the third highest opening this year? Okay. Not the biggest. Will this have legs? It's got the second weekend effectively to itself.
Yeah, I mean, the second weekend will tell us whether this succeeded or not.
Yeah. If it drops significantly by itself, that says everything.
Also, during the week, it might surprise because family audiences are home for summer and can still go to the movies.
Discount Tuesday. By the way, Otis. Lex Luthor calls him Otis in the movie. He says Otis.
Yes, that's right.
Anyway. So what do we think? And also, what does this say for we got a clip from James Gunn. He's done 100 million interviews, a bunch of them. And he talked about, he basically repeated what we've been saying. Maybe you can find that clip, Lori, where he says people don't have superhero fatigue. They have bad movie fatigue. Yeah. He's repeating what YouTubers have been saying for the past couple of years. He literally said the line. But
we're about to find out, because if this thing drops like a stone next week, look, it's got great reviews. I think it's positive all the way around on Rotten Tomatoes and most of the review sites. So people are liking it. Word of mouth should be there.
Yep.
So we're about to know if this superhero fatigue is real or if it's not. I agree. I think it's bad movie fatigue, but I think maybe, a lot of bad movies were in the superhero genre. I mean, we haven't gotten anything good out of Marvel this year. So because of that, I think people are just kind of like, you know what, I'll wait for, HBO Max or whatever. It's probably going to be on HBO Max before the end of the year, and I'll watch it then. It's too many options out there in entertainment, different things that you can do. You don't have to go and watch Superman. There's other things that you can do with your money and time.
Yeah. So no, I don't know. I think we'll see. Second weekend, I think this could, with families, because I do feel it has a family appeal. However, it's been pointed out to me, which I think is actually very funny, in the battle at the end, Guy Gardner is giving all the tanks the finger. It's over and over.
And someone shot in the head.
Yeah. And someone shot in the head, pretty violent. There is language. While you could say the goofiness is for families, What are we doing here?
I don't like the thing I have a problem with. I'm sure you guys talked about that. Is the Jor-El like making them space Nazis? That hopefully they undo that.
Who are we to judge? Who are we to judge?
Rewind the video.
Well, hopefully it's Lex Luthor lied about everything else. So hopefully the sequel he's lying about. But the thing I don't like is the cussing. Like I should be able to take a 7 or 8 year old to this, and their eyes get like saucers looking at Superman, and they just feel what we felt as little children, and they're saying shit every other word. Like it's not necessary. It's not cool. It's not edgy. It is for kids, and it should be. I believe that as someone that works in comics and busting my ass to get it at Marvel and DC and all that. Sales keep going down because they don't plant seeds for the future because they don't appeal to young people. It's basic math. If you want new fans, you have to get the kids too. And saying, shit and all this stuff and calling Superman a bitch, come on. That's dumb. Yeah. Don't do that.
Although as a 7-year-old, I would have really loved to see that in movies.
I did like the contrast though with Superman when he's like, "What the hey, dude?" He's talking. Yeah, I smiled at that.
Really quick clip. It's worth seeing if you have not seen it yet.
That's what makes you who you are.
I don't believe in superhero fatigue. I think there's, mediocre movie fatigue. I think you can tell stories about anything. If you see the same gangster movie over and over, you're going to get so bored. But if you see different types of criminals doing different things, that are involved in different activities, different levels of morality, different styles, it's not going to ever get boring. And I think the same thing is true about superheroes. And if the only thing that we have to offer is one character showing up and seeing two characters together that we've never seen on screen before, that was really exciting when it first happened. Nobody cares anymore. This concept of superhero fatigue in one way is real because there have been a lot of superhero movies that maybe haven't been up to what they should have been or what the audience wanted. You see the same thing happening across the board with movies in general, that people are not making the movies that need to bring people into the cinemas. That's why something like Barbie works so well. Barbie did something differently than what other big movies like that did, and people went to the theater. And I wrote Margot the morning that came out. I said, thank you, for helping to keep theaters alive. I saw Greta Gerwig the other day. I was like, thanks. And I think there's a few filmmakers like that now. I think Matt Reeves is like that. He's a filmmaker that makes big pop movies, but they have soul and they're different. And whether you like his movies or not, that's not the important thing. He is doing something different. Being able to see those chances being taken on a big canvas is important. I want the cinema going experience to continue. I want, my nephews and nieces and their children to be able to experience what I've been able to experience, going to a theater and seeing the magic of cinema. I just think we need to take risks. It hasn't been happening because people are so afraid of making a mistake. I think we should make a lot more mistakes.
I will say I saw another interview with Gunn by David Desmalchin. Has a show. I don't know if you know about this. He has a show where he interviews people in a coffin. And he brought in, it's to promote a coffin company. I think it's really funny. And so David Desmalchin's there. He interviews Gunn for like 20 minutes, and Gunn talks about wanting to bring Batmite into Batman. I kid you not. We'll find the clip. Lori, we'll do a segment on a Wednesday.
He put Mxyzptlk in Superman. Like the dimensional imp is supposed to be.
Is Mr. Mxyzptlk?
That's what Batmite and they're imps. When he's having that serious conversation, there's the rave going on in the background with everyone thought it was Solaris. That's supposed to be a dimensional imp.
I want to see Mr. Mxyzptlk only because we've only seen that name in a comic book written.
Right.
I don't know how to say.
Come on.
They say it in the animated series. Mxyzptlk.
How do you say it? Is it Mxyzptlk?
Well, not
sort of.
Well, the word has no vowels.
Right.
Right.
It's Polish.
It's gotta be. Hey, yeah. I don't know if you know about this, but Jimmy Olsen is a player.
Yeah.
By Skylar Gisondo. I don't know if you've seen this clip. This is kind of interesting. It's Skylar talking about auditioning for Superman. He had a completely different idea of what was happening when he auditioned. He thought he was auditioning to play Superman. So let me show you this clip. It's pretty funny. Here, let me find it here. Give me stall.
Also that actor very good in The Righteous Gemstones. If you guys haven't watched that show, you should because it's hilarious. He plays the son, but yeah, good actor.
Cool. Wait, I have 700 tabs up. So let's see. Why don't give me a second here. Talk amongst yourselves. Here we go.
That's a click in Smallville.
Here we go.
You thought you were auditioning for Superman, like the hero. Is that true? How did that happen?
That is true. How did that happen? I'm still
Read the fine
asking.
print, man.
I haven't noticed. I skimmed the email a little bit, the original one. Basically, with these, when you're auditioning for a movie like this, like a superhero movie, it's very confidential. It's top secret. They don't give you a lot of information. So I got sent the email with the audition, and for whatever reason, I had the idea in my head that it was for Superman, and I don't know why. And I did think, I was like, man, that's not like, I definitely wouldn't be my first choice, you know, but James is always thinking outside the box, and like maybe he wants more of a normal kind of dude for this one.
Hey,
And so I did this audition. I put an audition on tape fully thinking it was for Superman. And then like a week later, my agents called me and they were like, hey, they liked it. They want you to come in. I was like, oh, how exciting. Superman, huh? And it got kind of quiet. And then one of my agents was like, no, man, why? Who told you that? Why would it? And then after I got the part and I told James that story, I've never seen him laugh louder or harder in my life, which of course made me feel even better about thinking that I was.
Yeah, you're like, you didn't have to laugh that hard.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks.
He's good in the movie. I will say that all the,
good cast,
great casting. It's really a great cast.
I want to see more Beck Bennett.
Yeah,
I want to see more Cat Grant.
Yes.
There's a
lot more.
Okay, I've seen the movie twice. When she's jumping in slow motion at the end,
Gotta love it.
That was
inspired hope.
Yeah,
Give me more Cat Grant. Give me more Miss Tessmacher. Throw it all in there.